The way you turned, it looked like you were watching something more supposed to be. Like, anyway, is your iPad charged?
Just do it. So that's a great video, and just thought I'd send you that little gift. Hopefully you could hear it. I don't know. This recording has been interesting today. But I wanted to touch base with you and make sure you know how to do this. And I will literally do all the problems with you if you want, because, you know, I'm here to help. And I'll also do them in the office hours. If anybody would like to come and get help, I will help you do your work. So the past assignments are all under past. If I have to update the dates because somebody else joins in, then they'll get moved to the active page. But under assignments, the only one that's left on there is the last thing for this quarter, which equals this semester, which equals passing and getting credit for Algebra 2 second semester. So if you can get in here and do this, it'd be awesome. And let me help you do something. So let's start. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. Okay. So it says it's only 9 questions, no big deal. And if you've been doing the logarithm assignments before this, they're just like that. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to switch this over a little bit. Hey, that looks scary because it was highlighted in a weird way. So I took part of this test earlier, and I'm going to try again, right? If you get a score that you don't like, you can always try again. If you haven't started it, you need to start it. So we're going to hit try again. And I'm also going to pull up this thing called Google Jamboard, which is like an online whiteboard for me to write on, and we'll see if it's helpful. It might not be. Here we go. Let's go. I'm a Mario. I'm gonna win. Okay. So this one we're going to use the log properties. It says to rewrite it in the form log of C. So this is 2 separate logs, and when they want us to squish it together. And if it's 2 separate logs with the same base being added, that means that we can squish them together and multiply them. So this is log of 2 times log of 4. Log of 2 times 4. And what is 2 times 4 equal? 8. So this is just log of 8. Boom. Next. This doesn't tell me what to do with it, but it's got an equal sign, so they want me to evaluate this. So we're going to rewrite this as an exponential, and we're going to look at what is the base, and this little guy down here is my base. So that is what's going to have an exponent on it. And I don't know the exponent, so that's what would go here. So I'm going to put an exponent up there, x, and then equals the argument 5. All right, so now I need to rewrite those. So for step 1, we rewrote that logarithm as an exponential equation. And now we're going to do step 2, where we rewrite both sides of that equation with the same base. Well, right now, this on the right side is base 5, and it's just 5 to the 1. So we're going to try and rewrite 1/5 as a power of 5. And remember, anytime you've got 1 over a number, then we can really quickly, whoops, wrong button. We can really quickly rewrite that as an exponent with a negative exponent. And 5 to the negative 1 is the same as 1 over 5. Remember that? 1.2, 0.2, those are the same. These are the same. So I can rewrite this as 5 to the negative 1, and then don't forget the x. Okay, and then once we've got the same base, then we can just look at the exponents. 5, and then this exponent is negative 1x equals 5 to the 1. So we're going to rewrite that as negative 1x equals 1, and then solve that equation for x. So divide by negative 1. And what's 1 divided by negative 1? Well, negative 1. So the exponent here is just negative 1. Okay, and let's double check it just to make sure. In fact, if we do 1 over 5 to the power of negative 1, do we in fact get, whoa, craziness. Do we in fact get 5 to the power of negative 1? Well, yes, we do. All right, and let's go back and tell Khan Academy that's the answer. Negative 1. Ta-da! Okay, so now we're going to solve this equation. We gotta figure out what's on the same side of t but farthest away, and that's that 8. So we're going to divide both sides by 8. And now we have 5 to the negative t over 9 equals whatever 346 divided by 8 is. Now that might be a cute little answer, but let's find out. 346 divided by 8. It's not as cute as I would like, but it is a rational number, a rational number. So I can just write it as that decimal. It's fine. Everybody likes decimals better anyway. Okay. So now to get the t out of the exponent, we need to rewrite this as a logarithm. So here's how we do it. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to write log. What's the base? Oh yeah, it's 5. And it's going to equal the exponent. And this little guy over here is our argument. That's what we're taking the log of. Now that we can plug into the calculator. Everything on the left, we can just plug it into the calculator. But I want to get rid of this negative 9, this negative t over 9. So I'm going to, right now it's divided, so I'm going to multiply. And to get rid of the negative, I'll go ahead and multiply by negative 9 at the same time. So this is negative 9 times log base 5 of 43.25. Now let me look at how they want the answer. How do you want it? You do not want me to plug it into the calculator. You want me to just tell you the exact answer with the word log in it. So here you go. Negative 9 log base 5 of 43.25. Boom, found it. Bada bing. Next. Okay, so now this question is the one on this whole test that I think you're probably going to have a hard time with. Though there's going to be one out of these 9 questions that has to do with the change of base formula. See how these bases are different? This is log base 10. This is log base n. So you would have to know the log of the change of base formula for this, and I kind of skipped over that. So I can unskip over it real quick. To change the base on any logarithm to whatever you want, you just take the log of the big number and you divide it by the log of the base, and then you put a new base on it. So if I'm going to make both of these log base 10, for example, I don't know what base I need for this particular question, so I'm going to try log base 10. So if I'm going to try log base 10, then I'm going to, this one's already log base 10, I'm going to change this guy. So to change that guy, I am just going to rewrite that as log base 10 of 3 divided by log base 10 of n. Okay. And now, I pushed too many buttons, wrong buttons. And now I want to use a different color real quick to figure out, okay, now don't forget this top part here is supposed to be still log base 10 of 3. Now look at here. I got log base 10 of 3 divided by log base 10 of 3. Those are going to go away. And then I got to figure out what to do with this guy. So I want to do this very carefully so I don't mess it up. So this is log base 10 of 3. And when you divide by a fraction, remember, if you flip it, then you can multiply it. So I'm going to flip these two. Log base 10 of n divided by log base 10 of 3. And now those cancel out. Ka-chow. And my answer is just log base 10 of n. Well, that was cute. Hopefully that's one of the answers. That is an option. Oh, yeah, sucker. It's right there. Okay, so once again, because these bases are different, we had to use this thing called the change of base formula. So the change of base formula just says if you've got log of a base you don't like and you want to change it to something else, let's say you wanted to change it to x, then you can do log base x of the big number up here divided by log base x of the base. And that's all that this says. So that's what I did right here. Log base n of 3 is log of 3 over log of n. And that way I could have log base 10 to match this log base 10 up here. And then cute stuff canceled out. How nice. Next question. So this time they want me to answer this two ways. One where I give them the exact answer and I don't use a calculator, and one where I round it using a calculator. So here we go. Solve it. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 to get rid of that 2 out front. So then we have, let me zoom in. So then we have e to the negative 6w equals whatever 95 divided by 2 is. Now, hopefully you can do that in your head, but if you are struggling, 95 divided by 2, 47.5. And now to get the letter out of the exponent, we're going to rewrite this as a logarithm. Now this time it's log base e, so we don't write the log. Since it's base e, we write ln, that's natural log, of our argument, 47.5, equals the exponent, negative 6w. And don't forget the negative. Everybody forgets that. All right, now we want w by itself, so let's divide both sides by negative 6. We don't add 6 because that negative 6 is being multiplied. Wow, that was terrible handwriting. It's all right. So now I need to this is my answer because that gets rid of that, right? So w equals natural log of 47.5 divided by negative 6. Well, we don't really like negatives on the bottom of fractions, so I'm going to move that either up top or out front. Okay, either up top or out front, not on the bottom of the fraction. Now I'm going to type this in the calculator, and you can use Desmos or you can use the calculator in Khan Academy. So I'm going to do that. So show calculator. So I need negative natural log of 47.5 parentheses divided by 6. And it says the nearest thousand. So 3 places is what I need. So I need negative 0.643. And this 4 tells me that this 3 is going to stay. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to stop here and then make another video because this is about to time out. See you in a second.